What's going on, everybody? Today I want to talk to you about scalping the 5-minute chart and why I think it's the best way to trade forex, why I think it's the best forex scalping strategy. Let's get into this. If you're struggling, still looking for the perfect method, but every strategy you find never really works like expected, you need to change your game plan and start simplifying your system with an easy to follow plan of action. Sorry about my voice today. I caught something a couple days ago, so this is going to be a quick video. Now, I always find things interesting. I'm always coming into new strategies. Just when you think you've seen it all, you find something new. So the forex market's like a never-ending story. There's always something new to learn. But when you simplify your trading system, you're making it easier for yourself when scalping the market. When it comes to making quick and profitable trades, the best strategy is to keep it simple and easy to understand. You don't need to spend hours in front of the computer to make money in the markets. There's a simple process to finding trades on the 5-minute chart, and I'm going to share that with you right now. Now, what you can see here, where price was bouncing back and forth here, wasn't going anywhere. So it's clear what was happening here. You're not getting in on the trade at this point. You don't see any intention of price going anywhere at this point. But what happens here? You can see how price pushed. There was a strong push above it and continued to push above it. So now you're considering to take a trade in a bullish direction. You don't really know if it's going to continue in that direction, but this is one of the best ways to first identify a clue in the trend that it may be going in. So when you see this, price is going up, it pushed above, and it came back down. Now, there's a couple different ways that you could be doing this. So price came up, came down. You could be watching for price to react to these areas to see if there's a possible entry to get in here. But there's another thing you can do as well, is you can set your target. And I recently made a video about this, but what you're doing is after the pullback, so you've seen where it's gone, you're just targeting the high, or you're like to enter in on the trade, and your stop loss is going to be below here or below here. So, or anywhere you decide, it'll be up to you depending how everything's playing out. And as for an example, we'll just aim for a 1 to 2. Price comes back into it, triggers it with this one here, comes up and hits it. And this trade was 2 hours and 15 minutes with a risk to reward, right? 1 to 2. And then you see another pullback here. And you'd be looking for an opportunity. It looks like this candle would have triggered it. Stop loss would have been below, and aiming for a 1 to 2. And we'll just say that's it right there. And it hits it right there. And this was less than 2 hours for this trade. You're never going to find the perfect strategy. The never lose 99% win rate strategy just doesn't exist. You're going to chase after yourself for years doing this. But if you start applying some of these methods and strategies that I talk about on this channel, you're going to start seeing an improvement in your trading. Thoroughly test any system though before going forward with it. If you've been to this channel before, hit the like to show your support. And anybody else that's new, this is your first time here, thank you for coming to this channel. So when we're looking at this, you can see that eventually it does change direction. And the longer you wait to get in and on a trade, the less likely it's going to happen. But don't just take my word for it. Test it out on places like TradingView or something similar to that if you're familiar with anything else, and confirm everything that I'm telling you. Make sure that you've got the proof that everything works well for you before doing anything with it. So when price finally starts changing direction, and you can see here I've got an area marked off here on the top, and there's a reason for that. So you followed the trend, and another powerful method to getting in on a trade early is identifying areas where price may change direction. You can often look at a higher time frame for confluence, marking your areas up like on the 15-minute chart or the 1 hour or the 4 hour. When price comes into that area, you could be looking for trading opportunities in the opposite direction. But for this example, we're only looking at the 5-minute chart, and I want to show you why you could have considered getting in on this trade here. There was a video that I recently did that talks about this, and I will leave that link up above if anybody's interested in watching that. Now, if we go to the left here, you can see price change as soon as it came up to this area. But why did it do that? Now, if we go all the way across to the left, you can see that it came right up into a voided area. And I've mentioned this before, where you're looking for the highest point of the leg where there's a void. And at that point, when price comes into it, you're looking for an entry to get in on the trade and aiming for previous structure low or high, depending on the direction of the trade. So when we come back to this, what you would have done, well, actually, let's go back here for a second. So this is where you would have had your stop loss. So when we come back over here, price came in to this area. You were looking at this as a possible entry. Now, you could have entered the trade here and stop loss just above and aiming for the low. Price could have just kept going and you would have lost the trade, and you might start saying, oh, this doesn't work. But test it out. Just why don't you test this one out just specifically? Go through the chart and see how well it works for you, and then see if you want to go forward with this. This one here, a risk to reward 2.56, and all you were doing was targeting the low. That was it. Nothing special about this. You could have did a 1 to 2 if you wanted to, and could have been out of the trade earlier. But by following this simple process, you can start seeing an improvement in your trading strategy on any time frame you want, not just the 5-minute. And if you like what you see, be sure to subscribe and share this video, because without you, this channel wouldn't be here. So thank you for that. Now, if you have any questions about this, let me know. So you can see this over. Just keep watching these videos over and over again and practice it, and you will start seeing a shift in your trading. But if you have any questions, let me know. And until next time, bye for now.